You are now watching a Titan Ed video review. If you are not a collector or a parent interested in getting a toy for your child, please click away. Hello, one and all, Transformer fans alike. I'm back, and I am reviewing, no joke, a Titan class Transformer for once. Yes, I got Omega Supreme. Well, not my first Titan class figure. This is the first one I'm going to probably be reviewing within the year it was released. As many of you may have known, if you'd seen my GalaxyCon haul video, I was at GalaxyCon, and one of the things I did while I was out there was purposely look for Omega Supreme. And oh man, am I glad I got this figure. It is near perfect. So yes, as you can see, I have it here in his rocket base mode. This thing is a giant figure, and as you can tell with the rocket, it's so big I can't keep it in shot. So let's go with that first to show it off. We have the rocket mode. Like I said, this is huge. You know, I'm pretty sure it's taller than Omega Supreme is when he's in robot mode, so it's actually very shocking to find out his arms are a little shorter than I would prefer, which is kind of interesting. You'd think with something with a cylindrical tube this long, you'd have some better arms, but what you gonna do? Set this off to the side. We do have the tank. A very nice figure, and if you see me staring at my watch, it's because I'm having to film this in a very awkward way that I normally do, so I'm using my Apple Watch to make sure the shot's okay, so my apologies to anybody who finds that weird. The tank is good. I wish it had a rotating turret, but due to transformation it cannot. Oh well. However, it can point the barrel way high up, so nice, as well as he has these bits, and they had no reason to put these bits in anymore, due to the way he transforms. In the original figure, these were part of the original, of like the upper arms. There was no reason to put these in, and I'm glad they still did, so that's really nice. If I have one complaint about the tank, he's a wee bit too big for the track. What you gonna do? We do have the actual gantry and ramp, and I'm really glad instead of trying to find a way to curve the ramp, they instead just put out these little pieces to hold it up. Now I do technically have him mistransformed, and I'm sorry about that. Let me see if I can get this out. These little bits come off the leg. I actually forget about these every time I transform him into base mode. These little bits are connector pieces. Now you'd think this and these little black pieces, hopefully you can see that. Yeah, you can see them. Well, I can't get them off right now. They are really heavy duty tough on there. But they're designed to connect to both these ramps. You'd think they'd also be designed to connect to Titan's Return base modes. They are not. I was actually kind of shocked to find out you couldn't continue to connect these. However, pardon me, if the connection points are correct, I think these will be able to connect. This guy is actually our preview for Earthrise. In the connection points for that bridge connecting Battlemaster and the Micromaster bases that are also becoming robots now, they all have these little ramps that'll be able to connect each other to one another. So that's very interesting. It's a shame they didn't continue the Titan's Return ramps, but I'm kind of glad that they're still going to try to have some playability through the next couple of lines. So, not bad. He does have one last figure. We have the, if I can get him close enough, the Micromaster. Shoot. 1 second. Oh, the box does not say. I think it's Countdown? Yes. It's Countdown. It is the Micromaster Countdown. Teeny, tiny little thing. And I'll just transform him quick on camera because he's easy. is a teeny tiny little thing. But he can go in various compartments around the base. You have right here, whoops, knocked him over. What will be the side of the legs has a compartment on both leg sides, so that's nice. And as well, I don't know how this is going to come up on the... I don't think you're going to see it. Come on. Should have planned this out a little better. Nope, you're not going to see it. I have to bring it up closer to you guys. There's a compartment on his rocket mode where, let's see, can it stand without falling? Yes, it can. Where Countdown could just, you know, sit and operate the controls. There are molded controls in there, just not painted. So, with that said, overall, this is a really awesome figure set. And before I forget, he does come with effects parts. Let's see, probably not going to be able to easily see this, but he has these big explosions. Now, this is 5 pieces that will separate into that, and you get 3 of these tip pieces. So that's pretty effective. I like that. So, and these can fit all over Omega. He has ports just about everywhere on both the platform. Well, he's supposed to have a few on his rocket, but I think they've got some problems. Now, the rocket has its own set of issues. Now, the way it's designed, you have to have the claws for the robot, for the arms, down 1 click, because if they're completely spread out, the engine of the rocket will be the one actually supporting the entire rocket, not the claws themselves. That's a little annoying, and I wish they hadn't done that way, but because I kind of wish the inside of the rocket would collapse like the tip of the rocket will for robot mode. But other than that, it's still awesome. I'm glad they recreated the original base instead of trying something brand new. Again, my only consumer complaint with rockets, and I think the tank mode is a little too big. I think they could have found, if they could have found a way to shrink this down so it would fit onto the track normally, I think it would have been just absolutely 100% perfect. But what you gonna do? So, with that said, I will convert this into robot mode. Before we get into robot mode, I actually forgot to talk about one other feature. It's inside Omega Supreme. He has an opening compartment specifically for Countdown to sit while in tank mode. He can't stay in there during robot mode. I tried. He can't just stay in here, but he has some specific pegs to hold Countdown in tank mode. So that's not bad. So give me just a second. Here we have robot mode, and dang, just dang, he's huge. So yeah, like I said, he's not my first Titan class figure, but this is definitely the first one I wanted to review. This is a nice figure. I will, however, say he's got really tight ratchets all over in his joints, but they are also super loud. So I'm not going to be posing him too much in this video, at least not on camera. Pardon me if my voice keeps wanting to go out. But yeah, he looks incredible. Very G1 accurate. My only major complaint would be... Okay, I think this is as close as I'm going to get him without him tipping over. Is his eyes. His eyes are not a deep blue. They really should be a deep blue, and I'm very shocked they're not. The other problem is a flaw in my figure. His faux cannon for robot mode is loose at the very tip top. It's tight throughout the rest of its joint, but right here at the tip top where it should be, keeps sagging down. So I did have intentions of taking apart this head to try to see if I could put Blue Eyes in. So not a massive problem, but still very nice, very nice. So like I said, his articulation isn't, he's no Figma art. He's no Figma or SH Figuart. But he is definitely a lot better articulated than you'd think. I mean, for God's sakes, the guy has actual ankle articulation despite his size. So, not bad. Shoulders can rotate. Like I said, hips and waist can, but they're in huge, really loud ratchet joints. So, not really going to turn them right now. He has really big, good joints in his arms, good joints in his hands. Claw can rotate. Fingers can come out. And they can bend inward at a joint. So, you can really get some good poses. Make it look like he's got a laser ready to fire from that. His actual laser hand has about the same articulation, but obviously nothing here. You can fit the effects parts in both the center of the claw hand as well as on the tip of the blaster hand to make it look like it's firing something out. That's not coming across as well as I'd hope, but oh well. Such as the sacrifice I have to make for a figure this size. But he is awesome. Now the instructions also dictate that Countdown here is supposed to attach using his very tiny little Micromaster peg right here to his shoulder. My guess is this is supposed to be a hint to Omega Supreme's Energon figure, which did have a bunch of Minicon ports attached to it. So I'm guessing that must be a callback to that, but and he does have his ports here where you can store both Countdown and his effect parts if you're not currently using them. But yeah, this is an awesome figure. Oh, one other detail I forgot to mention. You might have seen it in his gantry mode, but beneath the massive orange clips here on his chest, which are used to hold the tank in place, if you do want to pop them open, each one has its own missile rack. And it's got different types of missiles on each side, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, I'd say the only thing this figure is really missing is a light up feature and maybe a sound card. Unfortunately, I think just due to the way he transforms, that would not be possible. But I would have loved it. But overall, this is an awesome Titan class figure. I'm glad I picked it up. If I'd have to say only the major flaw that I am a little disappointed is probably the effects parts. Instead of these explosion bits, I would have preferred a giant laser effect to come out of his claw hand. I think that would have been way cooler and a nice little callback to High Moon Studios' Omega Supreme. The War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron games. It would have been a nice callback. But other than that, I can't complain. So until next time, this is Titan Zed saying I'll see ya when I see ya.